welcome. I will do an update with you today, and it's been now 3 months since the last time I did it, I think, and so I'm a little bit behind schedule. I gotten tons of good releases in this time around, and some of these I've been waiting for 10 years or something to get. Many blind buys, but we will go through them. If you put like on the video is good, and subscribe if you haven't. I will start off with the Norwegian titles, and as normal, I've just put Norwegian or Scandinavian titles together. So first up is part of the Norwegian Film Classics. They just released a bunch of new titles there. I didn't pick up many of them. I think this is the only one I actually picked up from the newest line. And this is Sult, Hunger. It's a movie from the 60s, one of Norway's most talked about, biggest movies. And it's written by, or it's based on the book from Knut Hamsun. That is probably Norway's most famous writer, maybe Ibsen, one of them. I've been looking forward to check out this film for a long time, and I finally did. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping. I do think the main actor overacted a lot in the film, while the other actors, all the side characters he meets, was perfect. So it's kind of weird. I've heard everybody praising him for his role, but I don't know. I thought he overacted a lot, and But I do recommend it. It's a good movie, just not as good as I was hoping. Next one up is what's the name of this? Henry's Back Room. This is an early 80s drama type. A movie I liked the first half of, but it just switched the tone in the middle part of the movie, and it started to get kind of tiresome when they are in the back room. Still a good first half. I really liked the first half of the movie, and what's cool about this is directed by Italian, so it's actually not a Norwegian director. But I had to look it up to see who he worked with in this film, and it was kind of badass thinking that you have like a Norwegian film with an editor that did Last Tango in Paris and Footprints on the Moon. I thought that was cool as hell. And there's a good quote in this one. What have you done to your boobies? Next one up was a movie I wanted to check out right away when I saw it was announced. It's I read a little bit about it because I never heard about it before. But it's a Swedish classic that apparently have gone on Swedish television for over 20 years. It's on Christmas, I believe, actually, in Sweden. So it's kind of the same as we have with 3 Wishes for Cinderella or something like that. The movie is more or less, for me at least, I took from it, is more about tribalism. And there's a wedding in this one, and you have some mean-ass angry trolls. I really like this film. It was a super cool experience, and I will probably put this in my Christmas stack. So I will start watching it here every Christmas. And it was actually a co-production between Sweden and America. So you have the writer from what's it called? Song from the South. And that I really thought was fun. Next one up is The Prince of Egypt. So this is a movie I remember a lot from back. I remember when it was released, and I remember I had fun with it. I think, if I remember rightly, that I saw this on cinema. But I have to check it out again. The reason I bought it now, just randomly, was because it was on a sale, and you get Norwegian language in it, and I tried to pick up all of those. Next one up is I have all the films from before, but I don't have all of them with Norwegian language, and I'm going to be screening them on cinema soon for kids. So I had to get them for that screening, and I found this 4-pack on a good offer. So I picked it up. But I will actually sit down because I need to watch them before the screening, just to go through them to see if everything works fine. And but I'm looking forward for it. I will probably watch them with my kid. It's fun movies. Cool. Always like Kung Fu Panda. I don't know if I've seen the fourth one. I'm not completely sure about that. Next one up is the Lego Ninjago movie. So I've seen the Lego movie and is it the Batman Lego movie? I've seen that as well. I like both of them. Never seen this. I know nothing about Ninjago, but I picked this up because it's also part of the screening we're doing. So I need to check this one out as well, but I haven't had time yet. I actually heard that that one is not as good as the other big Lego movies that came out. So True Police 2, I liked the first one. It wasn't great, but I did like it. It was enjoyable, and it came out in between all of this woke garbage from Disney and all of that. So, and that movie didn't feel woke at all. It didn't have any message or anything like that that was thrown in my face all the time. So I'm looking forward to check out the second one. Again, I bought it on single Blu-ray because of Norwegian language. So Wall-E, I actually have this on 4K, but I wanted to pick it up before it disappears with Norwegian language. Probably the best Disney movie that has been released for the last 25 years or something. Yeah, I think the only reason I can say why I bought it on Blu-ray was because of the Norwegian. And one other reason for that is both for my kid, so she can watch movies with Norwegian language, but also when they disappear, there's no possible way to get them. There's so many movies I regret I didn't buy with Norwegian language that is only possible to get on DVD today. Like the Blu-rays are totally gone. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is a decent animation, I would say. I saw it just some days ago. It has some cool moments. I'm just not the biggest fan of the new dude that has the voice of Batman. Miss the old dude. But the dude who was Michelangelo in this one, he was really good, I thought. And I also thought that the Turtles looks pretty good in this one. I haven't been a fan of the turtle look since the 90s. The only thing I kind of would pull back on it is kind of their head. Their head is so small. I don't know why they go with that small head, because they look so much more human when they do that, and that's boring. Turtles shouldn't look human. Next one up is Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up. So this was a really good surprise for me. I have been watching many of these new takes on the old characters that we love, and I feel like they never managed to really capture the spirit. But this was a movie that really did. I felt like this movie worked on every level. It was fun. The only weird thing was that Bugs Bunny was not involved in a Looney Tune movie. I think that's the first time I experienced that. But yeah, I highly recommend this one. And it's a good Halloween movie as well. Kind of has that setting. Next one up is Sonic 3. I only seen the first one and I didn't like it. But I have some friends that have seen the second and third one and says that they only get better for each movie. So I've been planning to watch. I have the second as well, but I haven't seen it yet, as I said. But I heard that the third one is really good. So I picked it up with Norwegian language, as I said. And yeah, you also get English language. You can choose, but it's just so I have the option. Next one up is Caught Stealing. And yeah, what can I say? I thought it was a big disappointment for me. I didn't hate the film, but I still thought it was like tone deaf to its own kind of what it was trying to do. It felt like it was mixing too many genres together, and it didn't blend well. I also think that is it Austin Butler? Austin Butler, I think. I've never been a big fan of him. I think he's a good actor, but I just don't think he has the star power or the coolness or anything like that to play characters like this. And also that I think she's the daughter of what's the singer's name? Kravitz, something like that. Zoe Kravitz, maybe. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her either. She looks kind of evil, and to put her in in roles like this, she's been in so many things also, and I never think she fits anything she's in. But yeah, this was not a good watch for me. But I didn't hate the movie. I thought the Jews were really cool in it, but that's about it. I will not recommend it. Um, so I bought this Russian movie. It's a T-34. That's a tank. So yeah, this is a tank movie, like a war movie, and kind of like Fury, only that they probably didn't have the biggest budget on this one, like Fury. But what I like the character drama in the film, and almost all the time. And there was one character I didn't like, and I like some of the action sequences when they went low key with it, but they pushed it too much, so it was felt more like, just like Fury, when they are shooting, it felt more like an action film than a war film. And there is big difference between watching a war movie and an action film in my book. So it never landed completely with me, but it wasn't bad. Absolutely recommend it. Next one up is a movie I wanted to upgrade a long time. Collateral Damage is one of Schwarzenegger's weakest action films, actually. But every Schwarzenegger movie is a must-have, and I can rewatch all of them, except Hercules in New York. I don't want to watch that. Yeah, so, but this is a fun one. I had it on DVD, so now I can get rid of the DVD. He's badass in the film. I think, yeah, I think it's the setup and everything is cool. It's just that I feel the movie drags a little bit in the middle or late beginning. It drags a little bit, but then it picks up in the ending. I have a bunch of movies this time around, so this will take some time. But I just need to do this. I can put them in the in the collection. They take so much space when they are on my office. This one is Memories, and I've been wanting to pick this one up for 20 years, I think, maybe even longer. I've seen it on Laserdisc, I believe, back in the days, and it cost tons. I didn't have the money. I saw a DVD of this one that cost also tons when I went to school. But then suddenly it just popped up at the store I was at, and I bought it. And it wasn't expensive at all. Yeah, so this is one of the best animation, maybe one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's an anthology anime movie, and it's I like the first story the best. That's the absolute best, and that's also the only director in this set that I don't have like a how you say it, like familiarity to. But all of the three stories are good. You have the director from Akira doing one of them, and then you also have one of the directors that did Animatrix, that did one of the stories. And the last one is a series I haven't checked out yet, but I do own it. It's the Neon Genesis Evangelion, I think it's called. I've heard only good thing about that one. But Memories, absolutely. Next one up is Love. What's it called again? I need to check. Sorry. Extreme Private Aero's Love Song, 1974. I heard about this documentary forever. And the reason I've heard about it is because I was at a film festival 2008 or something. And they say, if you want to watch a raw documentary, you have to check out this one. And after that, I think I heard about the documentary from every angle I've been at. It's a really, I would use raw and pure documentary. But for me, it was kind of a hard watch because I felt like I was with the director, and I also felt like the director was kind of a cock. He is kind of a cock in the film, to be honest, but he also have a child, so it's understandable, but not really what he does. I love the documentary. It was really great. Highly recommend it. it goes into angle you haven't seen before when it comes to relationship breakups, and all of that shit. It's really warm here. No, wait, I actually have these as well. So I had to grab this. I didn't own this, strangely enough, and this has been my Scooby-Doo series from when I was a child, and I haven't checked them out since probably the 90s. So I need to go back and watch them. They're sadly only with English language. I don't think my daughter will want to see them, but let's see. I remember I loved them. This series, and there was two feature also in late 70s, early 80s, I believe, that I loved, that I had on DVD. No, on VHS. I finally got this one. So, Tom and Jerry: The Golden Era. If you want one animation just to put on whenever, it's this series. This is from the 40s up to 58 or 56. I can't remember really, but it's all of the best episodes. The only thing that I'm a little bit scared of is if they censored anything here, because I remember they were saying that we will not be releasing because of racism or anything like that, and I hate when they censor shit. But if they haven't, and I will start actually watching these in 2 weeks when I travel, because then I can watch at the hotel some episodes here and there. Next one up is Tinto Brass Miranda. So I hadn't seen this one before. This was one of the few Tinto Brass movies I haven't checked out yet. I liked it. It was actually good, but I was actually scared that it wasn't, since I never heard anybody talk about it. But I liked it a lot. But it wasn't kind of what I was expecting. It wasn't that much of comedy and satire in it as it normally does. But yeah, it's you have Serena Grandi and her two things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it is of how can I say it? It feels a little bit Tinto Brass, but it also feels just a little bit kind of generic, kind of Italian exploitation, sexploitation even, but maybe not really generic. I don't know. That was a hard one to talk about, I felt. Okay, so next one up is wait, is it Idiot? Let's see. I think I actually will go with the 88 films, to be honest. So let's do Stripped to Kill. This was a really fun slasher with beautiful 80s aesthetic. But I was thinking right after I'd seen it, what the hell is this in the slasher collection? Because it's not much slashing in the film. It doesn't really feel like a slasher at all. It feels like like a 80 aesthetic dance stripper kind of undercover movie in a way. But yeah, I liked it a lot. And you also have, what's her name again? I've seen her in so many, not many films, but I remember her in all of the stuff I've seen her in. I can't remember her name, but she is so damn beautiful, and she's been in so many like so many parts where you don't really feel like she kind of fits in the way she looks, but that's just makes her fit even more, if that makes sense, because you want to see her going into these kind of roles, and she's so beautiful. K something, I think her name is. Yeah, highly recommend Stripped to Kill. Next one up was actually, both of these next films are movies I'd seen when I was younger, and none of these I liked when I was back in the days when I was a kid. But I think that special effects is it's how can I say, it feels like less quality body double Brian De Palma kind of thriller without really trying to be that, if that makes sense. It's completely different than the cover art shows you. When I was a kid, I remember I thought it was some sort of sci-fi thing, but it's beautiful. And you also have Zoe Lund in it, and I love her, Miss 45. Uh, and yeah, how can I talk about this film without spoiling it? Because there is one thing I can't say, and that's the whole film. Well, I can actually no, I can't say that. What I can say is that don't go into this film thinking it's some kind of pop sci-fi or thriller or anything like that. Go into it just wanting to watch something, something, and I think you will be fine. I actually think you will be fine with this one. It's a fun watch. I will absolutely keep it, and I will go back to it and check it out again. And Zoe Lund is probably on the top there with the most beautiful women ever to be captured on film. Next one up is another Radiance, or they call themselves something else. I can't remember, Transmission or something like that. So this movie is Highway to Hell, and this is a fun watch. I remember I didn't like it as a kid, and I don't really know why. There is a big problem with the film, but I can say that in the end. This is first of all a movie that could never be made today. It kind of make fun of the trash that was made back in the days, but it doesn't make fun like they were bad fun. It's more like, hey, let's roll with this. We like that stuff, so let's just do it. Yeah, it's a movie that uses tons of special effects, makeup, and the set design. The design isn't that beautiful, but the sets are so big. They're like they've used so much time on the sets, and I love that. But the biggest problem with the film, I can say that right out, is the lighting. It feels like the movie could have just been dimmed down in grading like 20-30%, and it would look 10 times more beautiful because it's so bright, everything, that it almost feels like a children movie. And I think that was part of the plan, maybe, I don't know, but it doesn't work for me. That's the problem with the film. Because I think this movie would have benefited with a lot more mood, darkness. It has actually some sort of tone from the Clive Barker stuff, but it just feels like a children's film. And you also have Christy Swanson in it. I actually seen 3 films of her this time around from the 80s or 90s, and yeah, I miss her. She was cool. I need to watch actually Buffy. I do think I have it on Blu-ray. That's actually a question I need to find that out. I need that on Blu-ray. And what's really strange in this film is that you have 3 microscopic roles from the Stiller family, like Ben Stiller, Jerry Stiller, I think the father is, if I'm not mistaken, and also the wife of the father, I believe it is. And they just pop up in 3 different strange roles. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. What's the reason for that? But probably somebody knowed somebody. Next up is actually a Kirsten Swanson film, and a Deadly Friend. This movie I thought I had seen, but happily I hadn't seen it, so it was a fun first time watch. It's 1 out of 3 Wes Craven films that I hadn't seen before I bought this. And yeah, what's to say? Or what's not to say? What I will say that sells this film to everybody is that it has the best head blowing, or what you said, head explosion in the history of cinema. Actually, better than Scanners. It's so and it's so shocking. It comes out of nowhere, and it's really good, well done as well. I think the movie was amazing, to be honest. The only thing that drags this movie down a bit is what's her name again? Kirsty Swanson's acting when she's acting like the robot. I think it looks too strange, and I don't think it's her fault. I think it's Wes Craven that kept the big images too long, so it just felt off. Next one up is Mermaid Legend. So this is another movie I wanted to see for 20 years maybe. And I'm so happy that I really just bought it when I had the chance now, because this movie is so damn good. It's kind of like, if I can say it like this, it's if you put the island from Kinky Duck and what's it called that again? Bedeveld from Zeus. You have this film in many ways. The only difference is that both of the other films goes more fantasy. This one keeps itself grounded, and the ending on this one is actually harder than both of the other films, just because it's so low key, like the whole movie. So it feels so raw in a way. But I really love this film. This is a rewatch movie for me many times. Next one up is a Vinegar Syndrome, just a Blu-ray release. They didn't have the slipcover, but it's Putney Swoop, and I never seen this one before, so I always wanted to grab it. But I did during a sale, bought it through a friend. And the next one is The Passing. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will. And next one up was a movie I had to get, just because I tried to see all of the Vinegar Syndrome picture films, anything that moves. And I think this is the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, movie they released. I sold many of them, but I know I own now 4 of their pictures films in the collection. And I heard that this is one of their best from friends that have seen it. It's directed by Alex Phillips, same dude who did that All Jacked Up, Full of Worms. I haven't seen it, but I think Pops saw it, if I'm not mistaken, on one of the Rotten streams. But I'm looking forward to check it out. And I don't think it will be long until I see it. I will see it before I travel. Next one up is Cuddle Toys. So this is a feminist movie that is trying to be half documentary, half fiction. The idea is amazing in the film. It's only that the executing of this movie is horrendous. Bowling, I think her name was, the director. Man, I think she did a terrible job here, because you had this amazing premise, but you had to go in every wrong direction you could think of. Yeah, it was a really letdown. Next one up is Killers on Wheels. And this is a movie I actually saw today. I'd never seen it before. It's a Hong Kong 70s one-man army kind of movie. And bikers, gore, and some sleaze. That's what I will say in a short term. This is the same director who did that amazing Corpse Mania. And he also done 2 movies that I need to check out, Hex and what's the name of that one? Boxer's Omen. So I really want to check out these 2 films. I will keep this. It was really cool. There are some hard edge exploitation in this one, just to keep it kind of censored. So next one up is Reviver 2. So this is the kind of lost pictures they are releasing, that they do the scan on themselves that hasn't been talked about, and blah blah. And I promised myself I was not going to buy anymore after I bought the first one, and it was garbage in my opinion. But I grabbed this when it was almost going out of sale. Don't ask me why. I like both of these films. They're not great. I will not be keeping this one, but both of these films are fun watch. The first film is more kind of like a horror. I will also almost say like a monster creature, not creature feature, but like a monster film in a way. But it's also sci-fi and everything. I thought it was at least really interesting, the premise of the film. And what got me kind of kicking with that one was that it was directed by the same dude who directed Bloodsport. That was kind of a shocker. But yeah, and the other film is more interesting and better film also. It's kind of a war movie set in a island. I don't remember if they crash landed there or if they came in with boat. I can't remember that, but It's a bunch of soldiers or dudes that comes to the island, and there's beautiful women in the house, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of hunting them. So yeah, I really like both of these films, but I will not be keeping them. Next one up I haven't checked out yet is The Strange Affair. I picked this one up because it was on sale. I think I paid $10 or something for it, and it's Susan George. I tried to watch everything she's in from that time period. I love her. So yeah, I will check this one out. Maybe I'll do, or I do those going through Vinegar Syndrome sites, and I can talk about it. I rebought this one. I sold my copy many months ago, but I really wanted to check out Amazon Jail 1 some months ago. So this was on sale, so I bought it again. And yeah, both of these films are watchable. It's just that I don't know if there are something I want to keep, but I need to watch the first one with some friends. So that's why I bought it from sale, and I can sell it again. So. Santed 1 and Santed 2 sold these ones as well last year, I think it was, and I regretted it the week after. So it dropped on sale and I bought it. I really dig the first one. It's a cool movie. I actually like the second one as well. It's something about Indonesian horror. I haven't checked out so many. I think I checked it out how many films I believe I've seen at least, and I think it's between 10 and 15 films. I haven't seen that many, but of the ones I've seen, I think Santed, at least the first one, is on my third place. Mystic in Bali, I think, is probably the funniest movie from that country. Next one up is The Belly of an Architect. So I know nothing about it except that it's directed by Peter Greenaway, and I love Greenaway. So, and I didn't know that when they first released it back in the days, but I looked it up, and it's one of his more famous films actually. So that made me buy it, and it was also on a sale, so I got it really cheap. But if you haven't checked out Peter Greenaway's films, I highly recommend you to start with The Cook, The Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. That's an amazing film, and also Drawn by Numbers. And that movie is released by Severin Films, so it's easy to pick up. Next one up is partner labels as well, and this is Magnet Films, and it's Boarding Gate, or it's not. I just went through Vinegar Syndrome and partner labels, but this is partner labels to Vinegar Syndrome, and this is Boarding Gate. Asia Argento, Michael Madsen. One of the last films I've seen from Asia filmography that I hadn't seen before. I've seen about between 30 and 40 films of her. The rest of them looks like movies that never will get released anyway. So I think this movie looks pretty ugly. It looks so kind of 2000 digital, that grayish look, and I hate that look. And what's interesting about the movie, fuck, I need to spoil this. I will spoil it gentle, so I'm not. It uses the kind of same tribe that Psycho does from Hitchcock, but this movie does it in a terrible way because you are not invested with the character, and then when you start following a new character, it's kind of, you don't care because you're not invested in anything. Yeah, I didn't like it. It's going out of my collection. Next one up is Teddy. Let's see the camera. I have a new camera today, so let's see if it works. Teddy is a French werewolf film, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Or Bigfoot. I bought it blind buy. I normally do a blind buy or two every month, so here's a movie I wanted to buy for a long time, and it was Shudder. Teddy was Shudder. This is Magnolia Pictures. Severance I wanted to buy since it was announced from them, but I didn't want to pay, how much was it? $30 or something for it. So I waited till it dropped in price, and I think I bought it now for $15. I had this, or I have it on DVD, but now I finally upgraded it. It's not a great film, but it's a movie I've seen 3 times, and I will probably go back to it multiple times in the future. And now I can get rid of that fucking DVD. I like the director of this one. He also did the slasher movie on the boat, Triangle. And also I did a movie I saw last year for the first time that wasn't that good, but I love the style of the film, Black Death. I think he has class in his directing. It's just that he is only Triangle I really liked so far. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to check this one out in good quality. Next one up was a movie I grabbed right away. It's Redacted, and yeah, this is a documentary from Brian De Palma, war documentary. I think it's about traumas and stuff like that, and I'm super interested in that stuff. So this was just the same, or not just the same, because this is an old release from them, but I actually never saw that they had this release, strangely enough, and it's a Zaragoza manuscript. The thing with this one is that it's directed by Wojciech Haas, and he's become one of my favorite directors of all time. I love his film, the Sanatorium. What's the name of that one? The Hourglass Sanatorium. It's one of my favorite films of all time. But I also digged How to Be Loved, so I'm really looking forward to check out this one. I have no idea what it is about, but that's what I love about the director. He doesn't really have a genre, but it goes into horror as well. Next one up is Citywide Fever. So this is kind of a jolly retro SOV type of thing. And I really dig the opening of this film. Like the first 15 minutes was great. But right away when they started talking, the movie just dropped to further down than the toilet seat. And I know they were trying to make it should feel like a SOV film, right? But yeah, it didn't work for me at all. But there is moments in the film that I really like. I had problems with retro stuff. I always had, but if you do retro, you need to fully commit to that stuff, or else it will not work at all for me. And when you do retro jolly and retro SOV, how the fuck can you forget about violence and nudity? It's weird. Next one up was Micro Budget. I bought this for one reason and one reason only, and it was because it was praised as being the funniest movie last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember. But anyway, for me, the movie isn't funny at all. The premise is good. They could have made it funny, and every scene I saw could have been funny if they just pushed the limit a little bit of what to say. But it feels like 10 people who were into Christianity has made this film and acted in it, that nobody dared to use swear words, nobody dared to actually talk to each other in a way that doesn't offend anyone. They even make fun of woke culture in this film. But to be honest, this movie felt more woke than the normal comedies we get today. But taking that apart, I do really think that the actors and all the stuff they managed to do with the film was good. It's just that it didn't work for me. And that was Factory 25. This is Canadian International Picture, and this is another film I saw when they released it, because a friend of mine bought it and I lent it from him. And I love the film. It's a really weird kind of, can I say, backward slasher setup without, not setup, but style. Deliverance kind of mood, rape revenge kind of flow. I don't know. But there is none of that in the film. It's just that the feeling is so off, and and you are waiting for, I will not spoil it, but I can say this much. You are waiting for different kind of twists, but it's almost good that they don't come, because that makes the movie kind of more original in a way. And I love the girl in this one. She was amazing. The Rubber Gun. So this is another Canadian International Picture film that I haven't checked out yet, but I will soon. I love their film, and especially the 70s crime films are amazing. This is the same director who did Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater, and also that Empire Records that I saw a bunch of times as a kid. So I'm looking forward to check out that one. This one is 1, 2 or something like that. I don't know. I think it's the first title I ever bought from them. A Poet. I only bought this, and it sounds strange probably for you, but I bought it because it's partly Swedish produced. I don't think it has anything to do with Sweden, but it's co-produced in Sweden, and I try to get everything that is kind of Scandinavian. So I'm looking forward to check it out. Animal. So I wonder if I had this on my last update video. I couldn't really remember. So this is a beautiful shot film, especially the outdoor stuff. It's really badly told, in my opinion, where it feels really, really long, and it dragged. But the acting is amazing. The animal stuff is really, really cool. Especially you get a scene where it's close-up shots of the eye of the animal and all that shit. That looks amazing. I always love that stuff, but I do not recommend it. It's boring as hell. So The Dark Valley, this is, a film movement. I have not seen this. The only reason I bought it was a blind buy. It's a German Western, so that made me interested. Happy end. So it's not the happy end that I thought it was. A movie I've seen from the '69. I know nothing about this one. I think it's some sort of, if I remember from the Vinegar Syndrome page, some sort of Japanese sci-fi coming of age world and earthquake shit. I don't know. It sounded really interesting, so I grabbed it. The Columnist, this was on sale, so I picked that one up. The premise sounded interesting. I can't even remember if I've seen this on the page before. I don't know. I think it's about a bullied kid that goes mental and kill everybody, if I understood it right. But yeah, it's from the Netherlands as well, so it could be whatever. Could also be about a boy that sits in a corner crying for 2 hours. Probably more. Since it's new, it's probably more about that. WAD, a John Holmes documentary. This is also a film movement. I love documentaries about porn industry, especially from the 70s. And when I saw this movie wasn't produced today, I got big hopes for it. So it's from the 90s, I believe. So it made me interested. This was a grab right away kind of thing. This is Brainstorm Media. And Todd Solondz, I've only seen one film from him, and that's Happiness, and I love that one. I have another one from Radiance that I haven't checked out yet, but I will watch everything he does after I saw Happiness. It was so cool. But you also get Selma Blair. You don't see her much lately. Mia Farrow is in this, Crystal Walking, and also that chick from Jade. Not the main actress, but who's playing the main actress in that one? I can't remember. But the other one, Linda something. The Roost. So this is Glass Eye Pictures. This is a T West film. And I've never been a big fan of T West. Ty West is probably how you say it. I don't know what it is, but I think that House of the Devil is really good, I think. Pearl is good. Innkeeper is okay, and X is okay. The rest he has done that I've seen, I thought was shit, sadly. But I don't know. It's this movie was horrendous. But I will say that the way it's made, I don't know the budget for it, but I will give them some props that they made it. I love when people just make stuff, but it was bad. Mr. K, I haven't checked this one out, but I bought it for 3 reasons. One of them is, of course, Crispin Globen, that I think acts as is the main actor in this one. But it's also a Norwegian co-produced, so I had to grab it. And we also have Bjørn Sundquist in it. And that's 3 reasons I needed. He's a Norwegian actor. House of Dreams, this is Agfa. I had to grab this one because Brian told me it was selling out. So yeah, this is kind of a typical movie from Agfa in my book, because it's kind of, the release is weirder than the movies. The main movie on this one is just okay in my book, but the cool thing with this one is that you get 3 hours or even more, I think, kind of grindhouse release, if that makes sense, where you get Measures of the Afternoon and another the big movie. The fuck is the name? Carnival of Souls. As like a trilogy with commercials in between and all kind of crap. And I love that release. I will keep this just because of that. It was so fun to sit through, especially in the right before the last movie screen. They show some really cool commercial stuff. Voices of Desire. So I will not be keeping this one. This is going straight for the sale. I hated this film. It's kind of softcore porn without any porn in it. It has some good airy atmosphere, and Sandra Peabody is in it. But I've been seeing her pop up in 3 different exploitation films that I've seen the last years, just randomly. So it's been weird. And you also get on this one Voice of Desire, and what's the other one? Fly Now, Pay Later, and that was even worse. That was almost 70 minutes of porn without porn. Next one up is also an Agfa title. This one I haven't checked out yet. It's a Katie Kelly mixtape. I wanted to check this one out because I tried to look through most of the Agfa stuff. They are fun most of the times. And I think this is about a YouTuber or something like that passed away early. And maybe her stuff, I don't know. It just, when I have picked up titles like that, I've liked 3 out of 4 of them. And 1 out of 4 has been so bad that I almost killed myself. But 3 out of 4 is pretty good for Blind Vice. Next one up is Cannibal. It's Terrorvision, this one, and it's Cannibal Campout. So this one I got in present from Ryan. That's part of the Rotten Scream. He sent me a box set. No, like a box with movies. So I'm super glad he sent me this one. This is a movie directed from the same dude who did one of my favorite SOV films of all time called Wood Chipper Massacre. I love that film. And I did like this as well. It wasn't up there with Wood Chipper Massacre in my book. The story is better in this one, absolutely. And the directing, everything. But I think the kids wasn't in this one. And the kids are Wood Chipper Massacre. I just love them. But it's a fun one. I will absolutely keep this. I, of course, keep it since I got it in present. And yeah, thank you, Ryan. It was really, really nice of you. Next one up is Faust. So this is Jan Svankemeyer, one of my favorite artists, not director, but artist of all time. He is crazy good with stop motion, with animatronics, with everything you can think of when it comes to prop making. And when he makes his own films, like, I would highly recommend people to check out, if you're going to see his film, check out Alice as the first movie you see, because that's a movie everybody loves. And then you can go into Faust or any of the other ones. He has a lot of, but there is one movie that I always wanted to get because I haven't seen it, and it's Little Utik. I wonder if it's why it hasn't been released anywhere. I don't think it has a DVD release even, but yeah. Check out any Svankemeyer film you can find, to be honest. I think you find a lot of his shorts on YouTube. He is insane. And that was, I don't know, does it say Kim Stim or something like that? So this was a big surprise for me when they released Thriller, because I never thought in a million miles that I was going to buy any more porn or any movies from Wild Eye releasing. I actually said that before. I will never buy any release from them. But I had to check this one out. It was an 80s Michael Jackson Thriller ripoff with porn, of course. And the strange thing is that I had a bunch of fun with this one. It's if they remove the porn stuff, this would be actually a pretty fucking good film. It's really cool. And there's tons of stuff to love in this one. But it's sad. You have to watch like 20 minutes through the running time of boring ass, ugly people having sex. And the music is fucking killer. The opening with the, what's it called? Not Thriller, but what's the beat? Black. It not Beat It, but I can't remember the song. Yeah, that song. It's a rip-off from that song. So I have no idea how they managed to get that on a release. Next one up is Colpix or Club Super 8, Swedish distribution company actually, and it's Fear Has Thousand Eyes. I was super looking forward for this one because it looks like a Swedish kind of Jolly style movie, but I was disappointed because it's more like a, how can I say it? It tries to be more like a Rosemary's Baby, but never really going anywhere with it. So it was like dragging with this kind of soft touch of sexploitation, and yeah. It's the same director who did Anita, the Swedish Nymphet, and I'm not the biggest fan of that movie either, but it's kind of fun because we have Stellan Skarsgård and Christina Lindberg, but yeah, it's beautiful shot. It's the same DOP that did The Sinful Dwarf, and that movie is not beautiful shot, but it was fun. So next one is Love Letter for a Portuguese Nun. I had no expectation for this movie at all because nunsploitation is normally bad, and on top of that you had Jess Franco as directing it, and I like probably 1 out of 5 films he does, and I don't love many of his films. I think I have 2 or 3 films I like a lot, so I had no high hopes for this one. But I immediately loved the priest in this one. He was super horny in every scene. When he was angry, when he was, I don't know, talking normal, it felt like he has been jerking off right before he was going to say his line. And you have Susan Hemingway in the best part. And yeah, I think she goes into this just thinking it's the last movie I will ever do. I don't know where I can rank this. I love the film. I will say that one of the biggest surprises this time around, because this was a really fun watch. But going to Franco's catalog, I would probably put this next to Marquis de Sade or Eugene. I think these are the 3 best I've seen from him so far. But I still he has so many movies, so it's hard to know. Next one up is, just check. I have some problem with the power here. Yeah, it started to fuck with the power last time I did a stream. Just kept on doing that. Next one is Delirium Home Video, Love Letter. No, that was the one. That was Delivering Home Video I did. It's Big World Pictures now. And this one is Exit from the Trains and 8 Postcards from Utopia. 2 features from Rado Jude. And the main reason I just pick up everything from Rado Jude is one reason and one reason only, and that Bad Luck, Banging, and Looney Porn. I love that film. So I'm trying to pick up his films to check out if he comes with more, because this is really an experimental director. And we don't have many of them that dares to go into different stuff. I've seen 3 films from him now. If we go down in history as Barbarians and Dracula, and I haven't liked any of them. I haven't checked out these 2 yet, but I will soon. But I haven't liked any of his films that much after Bad Luck, Banging, and Looney Porn. But I will. I actually have Dracula here as well, so I picked this one up as well. And I saw this and I didn't like it. It's kind of an AI take on Dracula. That's how I will say it. But it's, of course, something else buried under. But I couldn't get into that film. It lasts for 2.5 hours and I was fucking bored. So I bought this one, Hayride to Hell, and A Halloween Feast. I saw both of them, put them right for sale. It's kind of a new age, if you can put it like that, SOV type films without being video, like cheap ass movies made today that was boring as hell. But they go as kind of Halloween movies, so maybe American will like it more than me. I can take these first, actually. The Ghost Gallant. So this movie is not the best. It's the weakest of the 4. Is it 3 or 4 Living Dead? I think it's 4, actually. But it's the weakest of them. I have all of them on DVD. And it's kind of weird that they put this on 4K, but the 4K looks amazing. I actually put out some images on Instagram, and people commenting on that said, "What movie is that?" Yeah, it's this one, and yeah, it looks amazing, and the eerie atmosphere and everything is beautiful. But the movie's okay. I will keep it though because it's a movie I can watch again. And next one up is Somersault, and it's a Australian coming of age movie. I really like this one. It was an interesting take of a coming of age story that I will go back and rewatch. The actress, what's her name again? Abby Cornish. She's great in this, and Sam Worthington is in this as well, and he plays a really different role. I've never seen him in a role like that before. I also got this one from Connie, A New Love in Tokyo. So I haven't checked it out yet, but that's a movie I'm looking forward to see. I think it's a pretty, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a kind of a new, not the, I can't remember. It's from the director who did one of the movies I love, the other one I think is good, and it's Door 1 and 2. I love Door. The first one is fucking amazing. And the next one here, it's My Name Ain't Susie. So this movie was good. It's something completely different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be sleazy, but it's actually a pretty damn straightforward drama. But it's really important film in Asia, at least in China, because of it was the first film they did over there that took prostitutes seriously in films. Most of the before that they had like side character roles and stuff like that, but in this one they actually, the whole movie is about prostitutes, and it's a drama about that. But I liked it. It was good. I will not keeping it. It's not a movie I will ever see again, but yeah, it's a movie I'm happy I've seen. And let me do it like this. So I do this raw, so I will not edit anything or anything like that this time around. So yeah, I don't have time, to be honest, but yeah, let's move on. Next one up is a movie I was super happy when they announced. This is a movie I think I saw 2 years ago for a stream. I had to find it online. I think I saw it on YouTube. So I haven't never seen it on better quality, and I haven't checked out this release yet. But it's Werewolf Woman, and I fucking love this film. I can't wait to show it to my friends. So this movie is kind of one of the biggest surprises I've had since I started YouTube, like seeing new films when it comes to the kind of trashy films, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of just like Barbie. It's a feminist story, but they fail on every aspect. So the feminism get pushed down to being just stupid as hell. It's so fucking fun. Next one up is Deaf Crocodile, and I got some titles from them as well. Let's start with Black Rabbit, White Rabbit. I think Sharam Mukri, I think his name is, who directed this one. I've seen now 4 of his films, if I'm not mistaken. No, 5 films actually. I saw all of the films from the Deaf Crocodile box set, and I loved his film Fish and Cat. And yeah, I think that this movie is probably equal with the Invasion. Was that the name of the other one? Not Invasion, but Invitation. I can't remember, but he has a vampire movie as well. But I do think that this movie has a lot good going for it. I just don't think that the two main stories in the film that is kind of told on side of each other kind of went in, how can you say, they don't have a fulfilling conclusion in the end. That's what I was trying to say. And there's another problem as well. The film opens with kind of almost 40 minutes where we are inside, because it's a meta film in many ways. We are seeing a film inside a film. And all that stuff was killer. But I felt like it could have been 30 minutes shorter. And yeah, but I did like it. It's a good film. It's a brand new film also. I think it came out in 24. No, 25 actually. Next one is Legend of the Sacred Stone, also Deaf Crocodile. So this one is crazy as hell. It's if you think about the technique work in this one, it's kind of, I work with films and I have no clue how they did all of that shit. But it's kind of dolls on strings, or what you call it, and you have angles with the camera that feels like they are normal humans, but still it's weird because they are small and the sets are kind of, how they did all that, I have no idea. The camera, the lights, miniatures, VFX, and everything is so fucking badass in this movie. The problem I had with this one is simple. The movie starts with a bang, and from that moment on till the end, it's kind of just insane everything when it comes to how they make that stuff. So when you are probably 50 minutes, 1 hour into the film, and you started to really kind of forget that it is dolls you are watching, you start thinking of the story more, and then the movie kind of doesn't really hold up as good, in my opinion. But I do like it a lot, and it's really a funky experience. So I highly recommend everybody to check out this one. It's something you will not forget. And I think I will go back to it. I actually thought maybe I will contact that Crocodile to hear if it's possible to rent the movie from them or the production company for a screening for teenagers here. Next one up was a big surprise, and also a lovely surprise for me when I saw the release of this one. I think I saw the BFI release before Deaf Crocodile announced it, but I got it from Deaf Crocodile. Cooler release. So I'm a big fan of Olivia Newton-John, always been. I think she is one of those girls, just like Michelle Pfeiffer. There are some women that just walks in the room and it lights up everything without doing anything. And I think this must be the role she has done. To be honest, I think this must be the role she has done where she shines the most. But the movie, the movie is kind of, or I say this quick, the story is kind of boring. The alien aspect of the story is kind of the most fun, because the following them at school and all of that, I don't know, it wasn't much of a story there, I felt. And the music is good. It's a movie that I know, even though I didn't own it, I know I would have bought it because I hadn't seen it before I got it. So it was the last Olivia Newton-John film I hadn't seen from her. I like with her. I saw that first movie she was in from Australia last year. Actually, I bought that one. How can I say it? I would have bought this film even though I don't love the story at all, because it's a movie I know I will go back to many times. It was a cozy trip to get through, and I liked it. Even though I have a lot of negative stuff to say about the story, I don't have time now though, but I can go in depth. So this is a movie, Hofmaniad. I don't know. It's a Russian movie that I'm super looking forward to check out. And I actually told myself when I went through the releases right before this that this is a movie I will see tomorrow. This will be a tomorrow watch for me. I just got it in also, but I love Russian films, and I think this is an animation or stop motion or something. I know nothing about it, but except that it's Russian, and it looks like, actually it looks kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street. No, A Nightmare Before Christmas. Man, one of my favorite films, and I can't remember it. That's bad. I'm getting old. Eurocrime Rarities Volume 1. So I only like one of the films in this box set. I like Day of the Cobra. That was fucking cool film, and I love the theme song for that one. It was really, really badass. And you have Franco Nero in the film, and also Sybil Danning, and she goes, yeah, you understand. But yeah, that movie was fucking cool, and I will see that movie many, many times. And that's a movie I want to see on the cinema with that score. Boom. But Destruction Force was one of the other one, and I thought that was minus okay. It was just watchable. You have Thomas Millian in that one playing a blackface, or he's not really a blackface. He plays the same character he has done in two other films earlier. And you also have, and I think actually that's the same director who did that shitty movie Arabella. Hate that film. And the last film in the box set is The Iron Commissary, I think is the English title for it. And I think that one movie was super boring. It was so damn bad. I was struggling to get through it. But I will still keep this just because of Day of the Cobra. It's a movie I fucking loved. It was so damn badass. So Hisashi Sato, Volume 4. I have all the other 3 volumes of this one, and I love them. I had never seen any. Well, I'd seen one film from Sato before I got the Vinegar Syndrome releases, but I didn't know that he was such a big into the rom porno. But I love all of the 3 boxes I have. In this box set, you get a movie called Soft Skin, Save the Last Dance for Me, and Survivor Map of Paradise Lost. I haven't watched any of them, so I can talk about them, but I will try to watch them before I leave. Next one up is Vinegar Syndrome Cinematography, and this is a movie called Liebestraum. Yeah, so this is Mike Figgis, and I had seen this one before, and I think I didn't like it at all before. Now, when I saw it, I thought it was okay, but it's not good enough to be keeping it, I think. There are moments in the film that is really good. I love the DOP work at times. But I don't know. It's or I actually like the DOP work all the time, but it's very stylistic, and it's kind of so stylistic that the essence of the story disappear in many ways. I don't know. It wasn't for me. It's also kind of a meta film in some ways. Next one up is Badge 373. So I bought this because of I buy every of these cinematography titles, mostly because I sell them. I see them and I sell the ones I don't want. I think they have released around 26, 27 now, if I'm not mistaken. And I know I own at least 12, maybe 13 that I want to keep. And I've sold at least 10 of the other ones. I think I have in the sale bunch, I have about 3-4 titles. And both of these are actually in that pile of movies I will sell. But I did love this film, actually. But it's a movie I will never see again. But it's super gritty crime thriller type of thing from early 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And James, isn't it? Or is it Robert? Robert was it? Yeah, Duvall. Sorry. He is so damn good in this movie. But all of the side characters are good. It is a movie I will recommend for everybody. But it's a movie. It's a one-time watch. It's a cool film. I believe everybody will like it. Next one up is a box set of films that I know very little about, except of the genre. I've seen a lot of Roman porno films before, but I haven't seen any of these. But I've heard about anti-porno for a long time. Always wanted to check that one out. I love Sion Sono, the director. And you also have Hideo Nakata from who did The Ring, the origin of the J-horror films that started in Japan. That did one of the films. In this movie, you have Anti-Porno, A Ruse by Gimodis or something like that, Dawn of the Felines, and A Wet Woman in the Wind, and White Lily. So I actually look more forward to see this than I do from the Sato films, because I feel like I've seen so many subtle films now that I know I will like them no matter what, but they have a similar tone to them when there's kind of like this, almost kind of like this cyberpunk VHS kind of aesthetic to them, while I have no clue what I'm getting here. So this one was, I was more excited about this box, even though I'm super happy owning the Sato stuff. Uh, so this one, I will talk gentle now because I'm really grateful I got this because it was a birthday present, and I know why she bought it to me, but I haven't told her. But it's a movie I don't want, or a release I don't want, but I will keep it now since she bought it. But it's Crocodile Dundee, the Encore. And everybody knows why I don't want it. I love Crocodile Dundee. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. But what they did with this film, and I haven't seen it either, but I don't want to see it because I hate when they start fucking up with movies, with censorship and stuff like that. But my girlfriend bought this to me because she told me just, and I could understand that. I was talking to a friend of mine when we were fixing the car. I told him that if there's a movie I want on physical, it's Crocodile Dundee. But I don't think she heard the rest of the story. But yeah, but it was so nice of her, so I will be keeping it, and I'm grateful. Next one up is Epic. So this is a brand new documentary, kind of an archive documentary about Elvis Presley, the primetime stayed at Vegas, the most important time, people say, of Elvis' shine. So I think this was an amazing documentary. The reason why is because it's two reasons. One is because I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. I do like his music, and I do think he has a really interesting life. It would have been amazing to see a real feature with Elvis. I didn't like that feature that was made. It felt too fucking distorted, if that makes sense. It didn't work for me. The most important thing if you're going to make an Elvis feature is to have a person that is Elvis. And you don't need to copy Elvis. You just need to be a person I believe in could have been Elvis. And again, the same dude that played in Aronofsky movie I talked about earlier, Butler. I can't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, he didn't work for me as Elvis at all. I know people loved him. I thought he was boring as hell. But you need to make, just like they did with Johnny Cash with Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix didn't remind me of Johnny Cash. But what he did was playing his own kind of persona as Johnny Cash. And that worked amazingly. And you also need somebody that can sing, just like Joaquin Phoenix did with the Johnny Cash songs. But with this archive documentary, it was almost like seeing a fiction story of Elvis, because they were showing so many cool things I'd never seen before, and everything looked almost like it was filmed yesterday. I saw it on the TV downstairs. I have good speakers here, and the music made me push the level to the maximum. I saw it daytime, so I need to see it one time I'm alone. But man, it was cool. It was a banger documentary. It was actually the best movie that was released. I think it was last year. I think it's up there among the best. Highly recommend that one. Even if you're not an Elvis fan, you will tap your feet. So next one up is Scrooged. And actually with the Epic documentary with Elvis, it's directed by a person I'm not a big fan of at all, because I've seen all of his films now, I believe. And I don't think I liked any of them, but that one was amazing. So next one up is Scrooge. I got this for free because I bought a 4K player, and you have to pick titles. So I took some titles, and this was one of them. I do like this film a lot, but had it on Blu-ray. I was not thinking of upgrading it, but they didn't have many movies to pick from, so that was one of them. And I also got this for free, Adam Family Value. I saw the first one last year, no, 2 years ago, I believe it was, for the first time for over 20 years. I still liked it, and it's so fucking cool, the production design in the film. But it wasn't as good as I remembered it. But I want to check out the second one just to see, because I think I liked the second one the most when I was a kid. But it's still worth having, and I will go back. I will see Addams Family, the first one, many more times before I die, if I'm not dying right now. Yeah, I'm kidding. Jared, I also got this one for free. Part of that was 3 movies with a player, and I didn't own this at all, I believe. And I do like this. This is a good American. Is it Iraq or what movie? What war was this from? I can't remember. It's one of the best of the desert war movies from America, in my opinion. So let's go over to the steelbooks. First up is Eraser. So as I said earlier, I want all of the Schwarzenegger films on the best possible quality. I just love Schwarzenegger. He's such a cool fucking actor. It's not great. It's not kind of middle either. It's kind of just above the middle. If I have a rating system here, I think I would have given it strong 5 out of 10. I do love the laser blasting stuff. Haven't seen it for many years, so it could maybe look trashy today. I don't know. But yeah. I think the director from this one is kind of funky because he has done such a weird track record. I think he did The Mask, and he did the I can't remember. Yes, The Mask, and he also had, because he did only 2 good movies up till he did what was it, the Racer, and then I think he did only shit. It was actually Scorpion King. That's why I know him, because that's one of the worst movies ever made when you look at the facts and all that shit. But yeah, he's good. He did also the Blob remake, and he did Dream Warrior, Nightmare on Elm Street. So next one up here is Labyrinth. So I got this also from Ryan. Super grateful. I think I told during the Rotten stream, or before we went live or something, when everybody was there, that it's a movie that I've been eyeing this release, but it's so damn expensive over here. So I'm super happy that he sent me this one. I haven't had time to check this one out either. I think I've only seen 2 of the films he sent me. But yeah, just know this, it means a lot, and I will pay you back, send you a box with something good or something like that later on. I'm super grateful. This is prime time Jim Henson, not prime time Jennifer Connelly. She was a little bit young here, but she's beautiful. Beautiful. Next one up is one of my favorite films of all time. It's Fight Club. So this is Fincher's best film. I know people say 7. I love 7, but Fight Club is the best. So I saw this film in October last year. I didn't know it was going to get a 4K release then. But I think I've seen this film every year. So I will probably sit down and see this later this year. It's a movie that I never get tired of. It's so fucking good. It's amazing in every aspect. Even Jared Leto is good in this one. But Brad Pitt, Carter, and Furlong, everybody is so damn good in this one. It's so good that I want to hug Meatloaf and just cry on his big titties. That's how good it is. Next one up is a movie I got also in birthday present from my girlfriend. Was also a movie I didn't want. But I talked about this one because I think actually it's because she wanted to see it. I don't know. It's Avatar Fire and Ass. Probably an old joke already. I haven't heard it before, but I call it Ass. Yeah. I will probably see it, but maybe I see it with her. I don't know. It's hard to see movies nowadays also when we have the kid. We never get time to do that. Next one up is House Party. So I talked about this before on my stream. I had a cousin that loved this film. I probably saw it with him at least 3-4 times when I visited him in Hammerfest when I was a kid. But he passed away way too young. He was 29, I think, when he died. And I think this is the only kind of, how can I say this? The only kind of close um, memory I have with him that is kind of impactful. So I had to get it right away when it was announced. And I tried to watch it some weeks ago when I got it, and I couldn't actually get past the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I started thinking of him. And it was fucking weird because I haven't like had problems thinking about him with anything. But when I watched this film, it just hit me. And it was almost like a punch in the face because I just had to stop the film. I haven't had that experience, but I will pay some respect to him and watch it. But I need to be in the right mood. I think I got sad when I watched it. That's the thing. Life of Brian, one or maybe the best comedy ever made. I've seen this movie so many times. I think I own 5 copies of it on Blu-ray in different releases. But I knew I had to pick this one up. This was one of the most sure pickups or upgrades I would ever do on 4K. So non-comedic actors or level of writers or anything come close to Monty Python when they were at their prime. British humor is so damn good when British humor is free. And Life of Brian and The Holy Grail, I know I have both of them on 4K, and I'm so blessed for that. It's insane. I have seen this movie with actually I saw it a week before my father came, like in late November last year, I believe it was. So I will see it later this year. I actually asked my father if he wanted to see it, and he said no because he had seen it more times than me. But Forbidden World. So I thought I had seen this movie, but I was so surprised when I put it on because I'd never seen this before, and it's great. I would actually use the word great. This movie has everything you want when it comes to stupid ass B movies with sci-fi effects and naked ladies and action and alien ripoff and everything like that. It's sleazy. It's actually beyond sleazy. It's so damn cool. Reminded me a little bit of what's that? I love that film as well. I have it from Scream Factory. It's called The Vampire in Space. But anyway, it's so damn good. And there is a girl in this one called Dam Dunlap, I think her name is. If I say it rightly, I don't know. I've seen her before in a movie called Barbarian Queen. I have that on a media book. And the only thing I can say is she's so damn beautiful on screen. And she also doesn't look like a woman that will be part of anything like this. But man, I love this film. I'm so happy that I picked it up because I was actually not planning on picking it up because I thought I'd seen it and it was not my type of movie. But it is. Dogma. So I had this on DVD only. And now I can get rid of my DVD. But I need to check this one out again. I liked it back in the days. The only thing I can remember from it is some of the humor. And I can also remember that God was female. And the reason I remember that was because I made a short film when I was around 18 where I put God as a female. And when this movie was released, I suddenly saw, oh man, that's an idea I had as well. But anyway, it's a movie I'm happy I own because I need to see it again. And I don't think I would have put on the DVD. So maybe I love it. Who knows? I think also that was the movie that got me introduced with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon for real. I can't remember if this came out before or after Good Will Hunting. Probably after. But Good Will Hunting was so early in my life, so I liked it, I remember, but it wasn't a movie I was going back to that often. This is a movie I'm going back to often, and it's Tycho Brahe's The Key. Um, yeah, finally we get another upgrade from Tinto Brass collection. Now I have all of his prime, like most famous films, except one on 4K. But I believe that last one will also get a 4K release soon. This is a movie I love all the seconds of the running time of. It's satire on bomb, satire upon satire, plus exploitation, plus stupid ass comedy and everything. And he is so good at casting the most beautiful girls in the whole world in all of his films. So it's kind of a must watch for anybody who likes exploitation, at least. I can also, I don't know if I will get rid of the Arrow release I have of that one. I need to think about that. So this is kind of fun. I actually bought Faces of Death for the Bust edition I have of the film because I have a Blu-ray. The Bust was sold separate to the Mediabook back in the days, if I remember rightly. And I think the Bust was sold because they didn't have the right for the Mediabook. So they were together at a certain point, but then they were separated right before release. So I don't own the original media book for that one. So I only own the like a German Blu-ray. So I thought if I will have the best copy of Face of Death, since I had a Bust, it's important to have this. But what I did, I sold my copy because I got this last month, and I actually made some money on the copy. So when I bought this one, I got this one for free, and that's a good thing. And I can still sell my Blu-ray, so I can actually make money on this one. So that's good. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this movie at all. I'm kind of fan of the movie in a way where we have nostalgia involved, because this is kind of the Mondo movie over every Mondo movie. It's kind of like the what called a benchmark, or how you say it, like for Mondo films. It's Face of Death. Everybody remember Face of Death. Some people remember Traces of Death. Other people remember Mondo Cannibal or Mondo whatever, right? But Faces of Death, everybody remembers from back in the days. So yeah, I'm happy I own it, and I will not sell this copy. Next one up is Lucio Fulci Present and his Massacre. So yeah, this was a movie that I thought was pretty cool. It's an 80s kind of Italian, kind of call it, I don't know if you call it a jolly, but it's more like it's a meta film as well. There's many meta films today, but it takes place kind of on a film set, or it doesn't take place on a film set, but they go back to that. It's directed by Andrea Braschi, who did also Burial Ground. I love that film. Stripped Nude for a Killer is good. And there is two cool kills in this one. So I will be keeping this one. This is a movie I can watch again and again. I will just check if... No, it's not this one. But I liked it. And here is Escape from Death. It's also part of the Lucio Fulci line. I don't think he was producer on this one. I just think they used his name to sell it. So we probably got some money for it, if I understood it rightly. Yeah, Escape from Death. And this is not staying in my collection. This was as close as garbage you can come. I was so disappointed with this film because I thought that I could never see Lucio Fulci's name on anything and think that it's not staying in a collection, but I will be selling this shit. I think I only seen one film from the director of this one, Anseo Million, and it's what the fuck was that? Was that part of the Forgotten Jolly set, I believe? Ursula or something. Oh man, I didn't like that movie either. But that's more of kind of a goth horror film that I'm not interested in at all. But yeah, this is flying hard out of my collection. Next one up is Mutant. So Mutant is a movie that I had big hope for because you had Wing Hauser in this one, and it's kind of 80s, and it looks cool on the cover art, and it feels a lot like when you see the release as early Vinegar Syndrome titles. And I also like the female lead in this one. But I have to say, I don't think the movie was that special. I was disappointed when it was more or less just a B zombie movie. Mm. But there is moments in the film that is fun, and most of those moments come from Hauser himself. He has such a weird character in this one. But yeah, it's watchable, and I will actually be keeping this because I'm a big fan of Hauser, and I did love the mood in the film, the smoky old town streets and stuff like that. Like it felt more or less like a Stephen King kind of city characterization or something like that. So there is stuff I liked about it. I just was disappointed. Like the zombie stuff was so boring. Next one up is a 4K Vinegar Syndrome again, and it's Demon Warp. And this is a fucking insane great film. I'd never heard about this one, and I'm still shocked because this is a movie I would have seen hundreds of times when I was a kid. I put it up there with not with Evil Dead 2 and Brain Dead and stuff like that. But I will put it up there with Dead Heat and Army of Darkness and movies like that. It's so damn fun. It's crazy. I've seen it 2 times now, and I will go back to this many times. It's you have Bigfoot in this one, you have aliens, you have zombies, you have all kind of crap, sleaze, you have beautiful women with big boobies, and you have all kind of stuff in this movie that is just ingredients you need to put a movie higher and higher in the sleaze factory of B movies. And you also have George Kennedy, and he's starting to become a regular in the Vinegar Syndrome line. I have at least 2 or 3 films with him from Vinegar Syndrome now, I think. But man, I recommend Demon Warp. Next one up is a partner label 4K release from Shudder. Spine of Night. This is a movie I already had on 4K, but I sold my 4K steelbook of this movie. We actually had 2, and the other guy who was selling movies through me as well also has one. But the story of this one is actually pretty boring. But I've seen the movie 3 times already, it's the animation is so beautiful in it. It's kind of old school animation mixed with a little bit 3D work. It's kind of hard to. It reminded me a little bit, not the color, but kind of the animation style of Cobra Space Adventure. But yeah, it's a movie I'm proud to own, and it's a movie I will go back to. But I can't recommend it for the story itself, and I also think the blood and guts in the animation is kind of the weakest thing with the film. So next up is 4K from Shout Factory, and it's Once a Thief. And this movie I've been waiting for fucking 30 years, I believe. It was my favorite John Woo film when I was a kid or a teenager. I love this film back in the days. It's kind of a more lighter tone than he has in the other action films, more humor. I wouldn't call it Rush Hour, but it's kind of more in that vein, but it's still more serious. But I haven't checked it out yet on 4K, but I saw it on DVD multiple times, but it's been some years now. But it's a fucking great film. It's so damn good. But I do think I put Hard Boiled and Killer on top of this one now. But I'm just so happy they released it. And I actually bought this on a sale though, but I bought this 1 or 2 days before Arrow announced their 4K coming. So that's typical. This is an upgrade. I had it on Blu-ray, or I have it on Blu-ray. I will sell my Blu-ray. But I saw this on the Rotten Stream for the first time. It's called Robo Force on Blu-ray. And when I saw Shout Factory was releasing this one, oh man, I love Maria. This movie is so damn fun. I haven't checked out the 4K yet, but what I didn't like about the Blu-ray, and I'm hoping it was the scan, I'm thinking it's the scan. It's a little bit too dark, so you can't see really the fight that well in some angles. And also the dog scene that I thought was so cute is so dark in the Blu-ray, so I'm just hoping we see more here. But yeah, I love this film. It's kind of like The Cat but it's still a little bit more light tone. And also, if you change aliens with robots like RoboCop or something like that, then we are talking about I Love Maria. And I don't like the title I Love Maria. I like RoboForce better, to be honest. But it's a great, great film. Sally Sinman is amazing. And I actually have multiple films with her in this stack. But yeah, she's amazing as the Maria. So I have some, yeah, show factor. This is Scream Factory actually. I have End of Days with Schwarzenegger. This was on sale, and I actually got 20% off on top of the sale. So I finally picked it up. This was one of the last films I'm missing with Schwarzenegger. I still need to get Cactus Jack if it ever gets a Blu-ray or 4K release. I only own that on DVD, and that's a movie I've seen 100 times. But finally, I got this film on 4K. I only had this on DVD actually. But I thought actually I was going to miss it because it was like I will not pay $50 to buy it, but it was okay to buy it $25. So it got shitty CGI effects. Everybody knows it. It was shitty when it was released. But what I kind of liked a lot about it is Schwarzenegger, of course. He's badass as usual. And this movie is actually really badass. But I also dig, what's his name again? Gabriel Byrne, that plays Satan himself in the movie. Yeah, the train scene in this film is also badass, and it's kind of freaky, that scene. And the booby grab, I love that scene. That's a scene I never forgot. But yeah, I think this movie is a must watch, at least for people. I don't know if it's a much to have. The director who did this one, always wonder why we don't have directors like that anymore, because he's not great, but he has done movies that has been fun, like Time Cop and End of Days. I wonder if he did Sudden Death also, if I'm not mistaken, and Stay Tuned, a movie that I loved as a child. I have it on Blu-ray, but I have it on DVD. I don't think it holds up that well, but the premise is cool as hell. And he did Sean Connery's Outland, and also the movie I always think is Del Toro, but it's him who did Relic. It's also a fun movie. Night of the Juggler. I'm embarrassed to say this. I have never seen it before, and I was so surprised when I read about it and I heard everybody was screaming about this film. And when I saw it, I got more surprised because I fucking love this film. It's so gritty, so cool, and it's everything you want in a movie like this. I don't know. Is it New York? I can't remember, but it's the big city, and it's so dirty and disgusting, and I just wanted to live there myself. It was so real. Everything felt like physical and real. I loved it. James Brolin is great in this role. I didn't like the kid that much. I believe the kid is the same that played in movie I just saw from just last year though, but Little Darlings. If it is, I think it's the fat girl in Little Darling that plays in this one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I didn't like her that much. Her acting wasn't that good. But yeah, it's the same director who did Up the Creek that Vinegar Syndrome needs to release. That's a perfect Vinegar Syndrome title with a bunch of bonus features and stuff. That's a really fun comedy. So I highly recommend Night of the Juggler. It kind of sets up in the first 20 minutes, and it just moves from there, and you are on the ride all the way through. So I got this in present from a friend of mine. The reason why was because we are going to watch what you call it, like a catastrophe, like a crash, or what you call it, like a marathon with films. And he bought 2 films. One of the films he gave to another friend, and this one I gave to me because he doesn't collect movies. But we are going to watch these films together one night. We have Turbulence. He had never seen, I've seen all of these, but he had never seen Towering Inferno. He was so surprised when he heard that O.J. Simpson was acting in that one, so he wanted to see it. And we're going to see 2012. And there was one more film. can't remember. I think it's a plane movie, an old one. But anyway, so he bought this one, and I don't own it. And I remember I thought it was okay back in the days. Was never a big fan of this one, but I'm happy to own it. And I will probably watch it before we watch it together, just because I want to check that so it doesn't get problems in the cinema. But yeah, we get Lauren Holly in this one in 4K, and I'm all down for that. So, but as I said, I've never been a big fan of that film. So here is my first watch or first introduction to Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. And I bought the movie that everybody was praising called Meet Frankenstein. And I'd never seen anything with them before. I thought I had, but I had never seen. And I would say that this is not the best movie I've seen, like up there, but it's one of the best when it comes to the cozy atmosphere. And also, it's kind of insane to watch Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi and Glenn Strange, all of them together in a film, like acting towards each other, that is not horror. And knowing that Vincent Price also has his voice in this film. And the only thing I was thinking is that Christopher Lee was probably, he actually just started acting when this movie was released. I can see he's not part of it, but Boris Karloff, where was he? But it was kind of insane to see that in a comedy from this time period. It was cool as hell. But I highly recommend this. I had a bunch of fun with it. And I was actually watching through the film if they were doing like the fattest of the two. I think it's Costello. If he was doing the stunts himself or if it was a stand-in. And I couldn't see. It was kind of cool the way they did it. And that was Kino Over. Now we're going into Arrow. And this was a super sale I got, because most of these films I hadn't planned on picking up, but I got to buy these films for $10 each, $10 to $12 each, some 10, some 12. And I had all of these from before, but not on 4K. Snakes on a Plane, I had them on DVD, but I grabbed it just because it was, let me check the power. It's good. I've never been a big fan of this. I have it on DVD. Now I can sell my DVD. And I can sell this as well for more than I bought it for. But I don't know. I will check it out again. What I remember from it was that Sam Jackson was going on this plane ride. I don't know if he had a criminal with him or anything like that, but there was tons of snakes on the plane. And I remember it was shot pretty well, but I remember the CGI effects of those fucking snakes at times were bad. But I think they use real snakes also, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can't talk about it because it's been years. Under Siege. So this is a movie I'm a big fan of, but I do own it on Blu-ray, and it's not like a movie I watch that often. I think last time I saw it, it must be 7-8 years ago. But now I have a reason to see it again. And it's the second best Steven Seagal film in my book. And it is a pretty good movie, to be honest. And the best star in this one is, of course, Eureka Entertainment and her 2 stars, if you know what I'm talking about. Tommy Lee Jones is amazing in this one. I also think Gary Busey, but he's good in everything when it comes to being a bad guy. I never forget the knife fight. And the location is also banger. I'm looking forward to check it out again now, because I'm starting to be really tired of all the CGI ocean they use in movies. So I'm looking forward to check it out now to see if it is CGI ocean in that shit. Next one up is a movie I was so happy for, because this is a movie I wanted to grab since it was released. But this movie I cost like $75 or something for me to pick up. But it dropped now to $28, and I had bonus points off that 20%, so I was probably down to 24 or something. I can't math in my head now, but and on top of that, it was part of a sale where you could pick 3 movies for the price of 2, so it went down even more. So I think I paid $14 for this. and it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yes, it's the Jessica Biel cut. You know, Jessica Biel. She's always my cut. Yeah, I wanted this. I don't know why I'm such a big fan of this movie, but I think it's because it dares to go its own glossy way with the Texas look. I just love that. It looks dirty, but it looks at the same time glossy. And many movies have tried that. I know The Crazies from a remake of The Crazies. I remember I saw that back in the days and it tried it. I do think I liked it a little bit, but it didn't feel kind of as American Hollywood type of thing that I wanted from a movie that tried stuff like that. I don't know. It's something. There's another movie that did the same that I like almost as much. It's the Hills of Ice remake. But the problem with the Hills of Ice remake is that the first two acts of the film is fucking amazing, but the last act I think is bad. In the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I like the entire film. It's not as good as the original, of course, but it's up there, touching it. Next one up is The Stuff. Super happy to own this on 4K because the Arrow release, Blu-ray, old Blu-ray release from them, is not that good looking. It's so I like corns in my films, like but it's corny as hell. This movie, I'm really looking forward to show it to my friends. It's something about a movie with satire that uses this kind of stuff, the brand, to kind of make people almost like as drawn to it, like social media is today. I just love that aspect with the movie, and it feels like a John Carpenter movie in many ways when you like a John Carpenter Henenlotter kind of mix, because it has the satire from Carpenter and it has the B trash from Henenlotter, if that makes sense. So next one up is the gayest Stallone movie ever made, and it's Cobra. I always said that I think this movie is so damn homosexual. It's probably because he walks around sweaty with leathers and so tight also. But it's still the 80s charm and the coolness of the entire thing that makes this movie badass. Plus, I love the kind of, many people call it a horror, I don't, but it used horror elements, kind of slasher elements to the movie. It's almost more like a stalker movie, if that makes sense. Like it feels more like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I always loved Cobra. But it's still the gayest Stallone movie ever made, without a doubt. You can take any shots from Cobra and put it on the wall, show to some people what you think, they will say gay. But it's cool. It's cool. And Brian Thompson is also badass as the killer in this one. Next one up is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So this one I got grabbed for $10. I already had the Arrow release. I will be selling my Arrow release now, the Blu-ray. So I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but my girlfriend really likes it. I think it's still a watchable film, and I had fun with it. But I only seen it once. It's cute. The setting is really cute in the film, I think, and also the production designs inside the house is really cool. The house she gets or she goes to. But I always struggled with what's her name, Elvira, of course, her voice. I don't know what it is, but it sounds annoying. And next one up was a first-time watch for me, and it's City on Fire. So this one I didn't get for sale, but I had to grab it. It's Ringo Lam and Chong Yong-fat in the same movie. It's so damn good. I wouldn't put it up there with John Woo's best, but it's almost there. It's something about just getting pulled into these Hong Kong action films where you don't ask any questions. You are on the road, you are on the ride, and it's just badass. And Chong Yong-fat was so fucking cool back in the days. Yeah, I think the sad thing is the same with Ringo Lam as it is with John Woo, is that both of them ended their career when they moved to America. They had some, at least John Woo had some good films when he entered America, but you can see on his films that they get more and more away from what he is good at, the Asian cinema stuff, and they get more and more American, and then they get boring. I think the only director from Asia that I could come up with that has actually landed a career in America, that has done great stuff over there over a long time period, must be Ang Lee, but he is not in the action stuff except Hulk. But yeah, City on Fire, I highly recommend that movie for everybody. So next one up is hard box releases from different companies, and I don't have many left now. I think I have 20 left, but this is The Mangler, and I'm going to be super honest now. I think this movie is shit. It's so bad. But the thing is that I got it really cheap through a friend. He hates this film as well. But I sold my Arrow copy, the Blu-ray I've had of this film, for $28, 280 kroner, so a little bit less, $26. And I bought this film for less. So I was thinking, even though that I hate this film, even though that I don't want this film, to be honest, I can still sell this copy now if I want, and I will make money on it. So why not? So yeah, I grabbed this one. But yeah, I don't like this film at all. Macabre. I will say Robert Englund is a little bit fun in The Mangler. And the production design is pretty damn good in it. But it's American dollars used in South Africa, so yeah, you get what you get in a good way. So Macabre, this is a movie I really like. It's not a great movie at all. I have the 88 film Italian collection version of this film, but I knew I had to get this one because I collect the Italian stuff that I really like on the best quality possible. It's Lamberto Bava who directed this one, and this is pure 80s fun. I think this is early 80s, maybe 81, 82. I don't know, but it's really, really early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. I think Bava, first off, is kind of the opposite of his father, Mario Bava. Mario Bava is more kind of stylistic, classy, and kind of strict to what he's doing, so everything feels more important in a way. Well, Lamberto Bava is more, I'll do whatever I want to do, and I just do it as sexy and fun as possible. And I like Lamberto better than Mario Bava because of that. Because when I watch a Lamberto Bava film, I get humor, I get cool scenes, I get fun. When I watch a Mario Bava film, I feel like I'm at film school just teaching me shit. And the thing with Mario Bava is that I think I only really liked 3 of his films, and I've seen every film he has done now except 2, or every film he did except 2, of all of the stuff he did in every genre. And no, 3 films he had done I liked. I liked Rabbit Dogs, and I liked one of the westerns. No, not westerns. It's the Hercules Haunted World, or what's it called? That one I liked a lot. And it's also one more. I can't remember. But Lamberto Bava, he has made one really good film, and it's Demons. But he has made so many fucking fun films. If you have a bunch of friends together with beers and everything, watch Body Puzzle together. You will have a lot of fun. We have watched it 2 times at the B movie nights, and it's been probably among the best films we have watched at the B movie nights. But he has so many fun movies, and I'm super happy to own this on 4K. I never thought a movie like that would get a 4K, but it's so damn cool. Human Lanterns, also a 4K release. This is a super fun movie, not because of the humor, but because they take the movie so damn serious that it gets fun. I can't explain it any better. It's kind of a wuxia film in its prime, and it's super cool effects in it, and a lot of gore, and it's always fun to watch this early 80s or late 70s films also, actually, from Hong Kong. And what I always question myself is how far they had come with action, with effects, with camera work, and all of that. Looking at European and American films from the same time period. You got to remember, this movie came out around the same time period as First Blood or Rocky 2 or 3 or something like that. And 48 Hours was probably really early 80s. And when you compare them, you see that it's almost like Hong Kong had been like they had made First Blood 20 years earlier, because they were so pushing everything in this time period. And in this movie, you get super cool mask on the killer. I would call it killer. You get like a slasher horror in the mix. You get Wuxia film, of course, and some kind of weird revenge movie also. It's damn cool, and it looks so fucking crazy good on 4K. I was super surprised when I watched this. I wasn't going into this with high hopes, even though I should do that from now on, because it's rare I get disappointed with movies like that. Next one up is Night Watch. So I collect all of the Scandinavian films, but I also collect movies directed by Scandinavian directors outside of Scandinavia. And this is a remake of an amazing Danish film from 94, maybe. And I just find it super weird that Vinegar Syndrome released this one and not the original when it first was at least both of them. I don't know. Because the original is an amazing film. This is barely watchable in my book. I haven't seen this for years. I saw it when it was released. I will be watching it before I eventually sell it, probably. But even McGregor, or who was Nick Nolte, is in this one. You have Josh Brolin. There's one more. Brad Dourif is in it. Patricia Arquette is in the fucking film. But none of them can save this film. It's not bad, but it's just that it could have been so much better. And it's so weird because it's Ole Bernedal who did this as well. It feels like he didn't want to do this film. I want to ask him, why did you want to do this film? I know, money. He wanted money. So next one up is 4K releases of cinematography. I can never say that word. And this has one of the ugliest titles in the history of cinema. Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean. So as I said, I buy all of these just to check them once before I eventually sell them. But I do want to see more of Robert Altman films because I'm not the biggest fan yet. I haven't seen many of his. I love MASH. Popeye, I think, is fun just because it's so bad. And I remember I liked that movie, Pret a Porter, when I was a kid. I still have the DVD, or I have the DVD. I haven't checked out the DVD yet, but I had it on VHS back in the days. And Thieves Like Us, I actually saw last year, I believe it was. And I liked that one. Wasn't great, but it was good. I will keep that in the collection. So yeah, I'm looking forward to check it out, but I have no high hopes. Next one is also a cinematograph title, and it's The Boys in the Band. This one I would have picked up no matter if I collected a cinematograph, because it's William Friedkin, and I try to watch all of his films. The thing with him now is that I've seen 13 or 14 of his titles, if I remember rightly, and he had done over 30 films. But most of his films that I've checked out, just read about them, is movies that I don't think they are good, or like they're not my kind of films. But this one is one of his highest praised films, so I wanted to check this out. With his career, I think he's one of the best directors from America ever. He has like 11 good films, and out of those 11, at least 3 of them are great. And as I said, I haven't seen all of his films yet. So and the other 2 are just decent. They're not bad. So he has only good films. But yeah, I just think that he should have made a lot more dirty, gritty, movies that really focused on the dark stuff. That's when he shined. Next one up is a movie I saw back in the days multiple times, and it's Body of Evidence, Madonna. And the thing with this film is that I remember I liked this. I'm not the biggest fan of Madonna, to be honest. I never liked any of her songs, and I think that her acting has been a little bit questionable. But I remember I liked this film, but I wonder if it was because I saw it as a young age. I'm not sure. So I'm looking forward to check it out again. And you also get Julianne Moore in this one and William Dafoe. So that's good. But the best thing that I couldn't remember, but I was surprised when I saw his name, was Franco Angela was in this. I can't remember him from the film. You know, Skeletor, the real Skeletor. So yeah, this movie I remembered I liked a lot when I was younger, Office Killer. But after a rewatch, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was boring, and it was kind of the acting was good, but I don't know. There wasn't anything in the film that dragged me into the story, and the story was boring as fuck. The main thing with the story also is that we know everything's what's going on, and it's kind of a surprise in the ending. I don't know. It was terrible, but it's cast with both. I think her name is Jeanine or something like that. Jean Triplehorn, and you also have Molly Ringwald from Breakfast Club, and I like both of them, especially Jean Triplehorn, Basic Instinct. But how can I say this nicely? They are dressed and act like lesbians, dry out lesbians. And I have no fucking idea why they did. Of course, it's a female director, so that tells everything. Females can't direct erotic films. I always said that. But it's kind of weird because the movie are kind of playing on this erotic tension in many ways. But there isn't any because they look so dry. They look like they never ever thought about sex. So I don't know. Never again I will see that movie. Next one up was a big surprise for me. It was actually the movie I was hoping for. That were one of the movies that were going to release on the VSU. That's the only line I actually collect all of the films for in the Vinegar Syndrome thingy. But yeah, I was a little bit afraid that it was Master of the Universe because I already own a super copy of that one. But I can't remember much from this film because I haven't seen it for at least 10 years. I have the DVD. But I do remember I liked it. And I also think it's a perfect title for The Lion. But as I said, I can't remember much from it. But I think it's so fun because Joe Dante, he is kind of one of the directors we are missing nowadays. Not him specifically, but that type of director where he always wanted to try new stuff with all of his films. It's like, if you just think about Gremlins, just the movie is original by itself, but then you think about Gremlins 2, and he went a totally different route with that one, and both of them are really fun. I love the Amazon woman in the moon or on the moon, I can't remember. So great watch. And Inner Space is fucking amazing. And then he had, what's that Tom Hanks movie? The Burbs, probably his best or second best movie. I love that one. And yeah, he also did that Matinee, but I've never been the biggest fan. I like it, but it's not. John Goodman is the movie, and he's sadly not in it enough. But yeah, this movie I'm really looking forward to check out again. I just think that Joe Dante, we need somebody like that in the industry. That reminds me, I actually saw a Joe Dante film for the first time late last year. It was the Orgy movie, his first film, and it tells everything about him as a director. It's so damn fun. So next one up is a Second Sight film. Just need to see how it looks. Yeah, looks good, or looks okay. Insomnia. So I had a hard time actually picking up this film because I didn't want to use money on it. I just bought the Blu-ray last year, but it's a Norwegian film and it's one of the best Norwegian films ever. It's but I knew I had to get it since it's both Norwegian and yeah, and Second Sights are releasing this beautiful edition of it in 4K, I believe, or is it Blu-ray? Is it 4K or Blu-ray? I think it's, I don't know. What does it say? It must be 4K. Where else did I pick it up? Yeah, 4K. Woo! Yes, 4K. I would probably regret it if it was Blu-ray. Yeah, so I'm super happy to own it. You have Maria Bonnevie, as I talked about her many times, Norwegian actress that is my favorite Norwegian actress of all time, and Stellan Skarsgård, and filmed where I lived for 5 years of my life, and it is from my home place because it's the north of Norway, and it's an amazing, amazing film. Don't watch the remake. Christopher Nolan didn't make a bad film, but the problem with the Christopher Nolan film, and I will say it now straight out so people understand me, Insomnia isn't great because it's a crime film or a neo-noir film or whatever you want to call it. Like it's great because of kind of the guilt, or not guilt, but the kind of how you say it. It's like if you think about how people react to each other nowadays, online, on social media, everywhere, people they don't know, and they just heard something about someone, or they think something about somebody. That's kind of the question Insomnia is asking you through the character you are seeing as the lead in Insomnia. And that's what makes the movie great. You have to think for yourself if you want to go along with this man. And Christopher Nolan didn't see that when he was making his version of Insomnia. And that's the reason why his version of Insomnia isn't really that great. It's just good. You're next. I got this from Ryan again. Super happy, Ryan. Thank you so much. I haven't had time to check out this one yet. I think I've seen most of the films you sent me, but this one I haven't had time for. But I've seen this one before, and I remember, to be honest, I didn't like it that much when I saw it back in the days, but I promise you I will see it again. And I don't remember anything of it except that there were people with masks, and it's like a home invasion film. But I think I mixed it. Like, I saw both The Pledge and You're Next, and I kind of mixed those two films because I think they came out around the same years. And I know I saw both of them on DVD, not on cinema. So yeah, but I promise you I will see this and give it a go. Give it a and super thank you for the movie. It's so nice of you. So here's a Deaf Crocodile title. This is Blu-ray, but it's a box set from them with multiple films, and it's one of the best releases so far. One of them, not the best, but one of them. And it's Defa Fairy Tales. So this release I was looking forward to. I saw them right away when I got them, and I saw all the films on the same day because I had a day off. And holy shit, I had fun with this one. What I can say about this one is that it's kind of fairy tales from the 60s up to late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And this is actually fun for the like nowadays to watch because everything is real, if you understand. It's no CGI and stuff like that. It feels more like they made most of the stuff on stage, but it's kind of the actors goes full in on this and everything. If I will rank these films, because I would say that the fifth place goes to Who's Afraid of the Devil. It was a little bit too long, and I gotta admit I was a little bit bored at that one, but watchable. The fourth place goes to Snow White from 61. That's the first movie, I believe, on this release. It's very classical told, but it has a super weird angle on different stuff in the fairy tale that you will probably react to yourself as well. Next one up is Mother Holly. I had never read that fairy tale, to be honest. I wasn't familiar with that one. And that's the third place. I had a bunch of fun with that. Super cool way they created it on stage and everything, and you can clearly see it's stage work, but it's still super cool. And the second best is Snow White and Rose Red. That's the latest film from '79, and that's a really funky take on Snow White. you have tones of Indiana Jones in the mix there, and yeah, a lot of shit going on. I love that film. And The First Place is an amazing achievement. That's a movie I've seen 2 times. It's Little Red Riding Hood from 61 or 62. It's one of the earliest. Insane fun characters, and some of the characters are just weird that are in the story. I didn't like the second time I watched it. I didn't even understand what the fuck did that. It's not rabbit. What was it? I remember it was an animal there that was just what is he doing in this story? But it's the grandmother house. All of that stuff was fun as hell. Um, but yeah, I highly recommend you to check out this one. I hope they release another set with with this line of films. I know there's an American line also from I think it's 80s that I always wanted to check out. Brian has told me he has them on DVD. But yeah, I super want to check that one out as well. Next one up is an Estonian film called Dead Mountaineers Hotel that I'm looking forward to check out on this new 4K release. I've only seen the quality on it, and it looks insane. I saw this film like 1.5 years ago or something. Skolder was the one that recommended it for me because I wanted to see a film from Estonia. And it was a big surprise for me. I talked about it on stream many times after that. And I think Skolder is, by the way, a YouTuber that people should follow. He has a channel. Just look him up. This is a super eerie film. You have the kind of tension or the vibe of the film from beginning till the end. It almost feels like it's a Hitchcockian kind of directed Agatha Christie movie, Agatha Christie story in a way, with the lore of Stephen King's The Shining. It's kind of really, really weird, and yeah, and it has this cold tone that I really love about it, and it's also sexy as hell. It's kind of you're waiting for something that never happens, not in a bad way, but it's kind of good when they manage to do stuff like that. But I highly recommend that film. It's a great horror. And next one up is a box set from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's Forgotten Jolly Volume 9. So this one was a really pleasant surprise for me because I expected the worst, since I think this is 90s horror, if I'm not mistaken, and Bruno Mattei's name was part of the mix. I was expecting really bad films here. But I had super fun with this box set. It's not that any of these movies are great, but it's just that the first movie, or the final scoop, you get Goya Skola in it. I like her. But the movie kind of wanders around erotic tones, but it has that gay, it's about something that is super gay, but themes in it. And I just found that whole movie off-putting, probably because of the gayness. I don't know. It's not something for me. So, but it was still watchable. I still had fun with it, but it's just maybe a 5 out of 10 or something like that. But Murder in a Blue Light was a bunch of fun. It has, it is probably the worst of the movies in this box when it comes to style, technique, and all of that stuff. It looks really trashy, but it has still kind of a soft touch of good eroticism that I really enjoy when it comes to 80s and 90s jolly, because they are not that classy. They are a little bit more trashy, but they mix a little bit of that classy vibe to it. So I like that one. And Madness is the Bruno Mattei film, and I had a bunch of fun with that one. It's also stupid as hell. The ending is fucking hilarious. I can't go into it because then I spoil the film, but I highly recommend Madness if you have time, you just want to see something fun. It is a comedy. It is. I can't say anything else. But I did have fun with Madness. It was a fun movie. It was. But I'm keeping all of the Forgotten Jolly stuff. Next one up is Clint Eastwood's, and you have the Dollar Trilogy, or should I say, how many names? The No Name Trilogy, Sergio Leone's trilogy, Clint Eastwood trilogy. Yeah, I don't know how many trilogy names it has. The Dollar trilogy also. I did probably say that. But you have for a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. The only thing that I was a bit disappointed with this box was because I had the Kino Lowers, and I will sell them, I believe. But I was a little bit disappointed that Arrow didn't include the new coloring of the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I haven't seen that one, and I heard everybody praising it, but it's only a German company that has released it so far. So that was a little bit disappointing, or actually a lot disappointing. But this is without a doubt the best trilogy westerns ever made. For me, I don't put any of these three on top 10 place of westerns, but they are on top 20, all of them. So all of them are like between top 10 to 20. But I don't have any of them on top 10 actually, and they are not actually top 5 either when it comes to spaghetti westerns. But I love them, and as a trilogy, they are the best ever. They are damn cool. So I'm looking forward to dig into that box. Next one up is John Woo's The Killer. Maybe my favorite action film of all time, but I need to rewatch it soon. It's been a while now, or not long ago, but every time I see The Killer and Hard Boiled, I changed which one is best. But I think The Killer is the best one. I just think so. This movie is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen this movie, you just got to stop whatever you're doing and just go and watch it. It's so damn good. It's like if I hadn't seen Die Hard, go and watch Die Hard with Gizmo. Okay, I'll go and watch Die Hard. I'll leave my job. It's like that's how good this movie is. And it's not a spoiling movie, so it's not hard. It's the same with all of this. It's Chong Yong Fat, and you have badass action, and you have cool dialogue, you have really funky and cool camera work, you have slow motion, you have all of that shit, and a lot of gunfights and stuff. And it's just so damn badass. But the really thing that John Woo managed to do in all of his classics action films is that he managed to build a reason for me to follow the characters. So I love him directing back in the days. And you have also Sally Sinman in this one. I talked about her before. And you also have Danny Sao Jin in this one. He's bad. He's actually the coolest character in this film. So yeah, I will see this soon. It's I just remember back in this. I still have the VHS copies of the films, but I have them up in the north. I had this trilogy package with his films, and it was weird because it was The Killer, Hard Boiled, and what's the other one called? Not Bullet to the Head, but fuck, I can't remember. One other film that didn't fit that trilogy line. But anyway, next one up is Nightbreed. I was also super disappointed with this one that it didn't include the Cabal cut. Still haven't seen the Cabal cut, and I always wanted to see it. But at least I got the director's cut and the theatrical cut of Nightbreed in this one, and I'm happy about that. And this is movies I want to watch, but I really want to check out because I never watched the trilogy of him, or not trilogy, but the three movies he directed on the same day. So I've been planning on doing that. Watch Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and Lord of Illusion. I only have Lord of Illusion on 101 Films Blu-ray, I believe it is. But the reason you recommend this one is not because of the story. It's mainly because of the special effects, makeup, and all that shit. It's so damn good. It feels like a nightmare from Guillermo del Toro. Like he has a personal nightmare, and this is the nightmare he has. But yeah, highly recommend it. And he also had that small touch of sexuality in all his films. I don't know what it is. Next one up was also a movie I got from Ryan, and I'm super happy about this one, Ryan. I know you said you were going to send this one to me, so I was surprised that you sent all of the films. But this was a movie I actually missed when it was released, I thought I had seen it before, but I hadn't. So when I watched it now, it was a big surprise for me. Rumpelstiltskin. Um, so this is a movie that is directed by the same dude who did that. What's it called again? Leprechauns. And I've seen Leprechauns, and I thought that movie was okay. It's not bad, but it's nothing special. But this movie is everything Leprechauns should have been, because this movie feels a little bit big as well. It feels like they had a little bit budget here. It's cool action in it, and it's the Rumpelstiltskin is really cool. Had to read about the fairy tale it's based on just to understand it, because I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, it was a really fun watch, and it feels really 80s. It's done in the 90s though, but I love the 80s aspect on it. Um, and the caster girl is in it as well. I recognize her face right away because she's beautiful as hell. Um, but what's really fun was when I looked up the director on this one. I can't remember his name now, but I've actually seen 4 out of 5 films he did. And yeah, as I said, Leprechaun is a movie I think is okay. And he did also that Billy Zane movie. What's it called again? Scourged, or something like that. And it's a good premise, but it didn't work. It was kind of cheap. And he also did the Triloquist that I did for the Rotten Stream. That was also a good premise, but it wasn't really done well. So Rumpelstiltskin will be his movie till the grave. And it's a fun ride. Really cool release for such a strange little movie. And next one up, and the last I have, is the Curzon box set of Lars von Trier. And yeah, I can say this much. The only reason I bought this, because I was too late for the party to get the full edition. So this is just kind of the simple box set they did. But the only reason I bought this, because I have almost all of his films, was I needed all of his films. There was some missing in my collection. And in this one, you get The Element of Crime. I never seen that one, and I don't own it, or now I do. And you get Epidemic. I needed to upgrade that one from DVD. It's a good film, not great, but good. And you get a Europa, and that's a really good film, and I needed to upgrade that as well. Had it on DVD. Breaking the Waves. I didn't have it at all, I believe, but I really like that film. It's a great film. The Idiots, amazing film that I had, so I didn't need to upgrade that, but now I did. Or I had it on Blu-ray already. That's what I'm meaning. Dancer in the Dark, I just bought a Blu-ray, really good Blu-ray release of that one. Love it. But doesn't hurt to have 2 copies of that one. Dogville I had, and I love that, or I like that film. I don't love it. The 5 Obstructions, I never heard about that film before, so I'm looking forward to check that one out. And I didn't own it. Monderley, I think that's a good movie, not a great movie, but I do wonder if I had that. I think so. The Boss of It All, I never heard about that film at all, but now I get to check it out. Antichrist is great. I, of course, had that one. Melancholia is good. Had that one. Nymphomaniac 1 and 2. The only thing that's sad is that I don't believe it's included in this box set. The full film of Nymphomaniac. I think it's just Nymphomaniac 1 and 2, and I've seen both of them put together, and they removed some of the stuff then, and I actually like that better than both of them put together. So I don't think it's included in this one, but I'm not sure, so I will need to check that out, because I don't own it, and that's sad if it's not in this box set. And The House That Jack Builds is, of course, good, but I hate the ending of that film, but I like everything up till the ending. But there's also short films in this one, and there's also a bonus feature, I believe, that I never heard about before, called Medea, a TV movie he did that I'm super looking forward to check out. Plus 20 hours of bonus features and shit like that I have no clue on what is or what's not, but I need to check that out. So, but thank you so much for staying with me. It's been a lot of fun. I need to put everything back in place now. Finally, I can do that. Had them like this now for 3 months, something like that. But yeah, I will be back with another update video for the collection. Hope you can like and subscribe, and see you next time.